So now in last session, we have discussed about creating an object and creating the fields in an object. Okay, like in last session, we have created one object with the name position where we have created so many fields in that object. By default, Salesforce has provided 4 standard fields, and along with that, we have added our own custom fields also. So now, whenever you are creating an object, okay, whenever we are creating an object, we have selected an option called as view new custom wizard tab wizard for my custom object. Okay, while creating the object itself, we have an option called as the last option is launch a new custom tab wizard for my custom object. Nothing but whatever the object that you are creating for that object, please provide a custom wizard, tab wizard also. By using the tab wizard, nothing but we are indicating or we are instructing to that Salesforce, please provide a new tab also for my object so that the tab will be providing some graphical user interface where it is providing the various options in order to manage the records in that associated table. Like when you go to this positions tab, okay, when we go to this positions tab, then it is providing this tab because of we have selected that option. While creating that object, we have selected the last option, that is create launch a new custom tab wizard for my custom object. That is the one of the option is there, which is the checkbox that we have enabled. So now Salesforce has provided a new custom tab wizard also for our object position, by which we are having this ready-made functionality like creating the new record and modifying the existing record, deleting the existing record, and viewing the existing records also. So now here, when coming to these objects, whenever you are creating this object, if you assume that if you forgot to select that checkbox, then what happens?
It will save the object, but it will not display in the tab formatter.
Yes, the tab will not be provided. Tab in the sense graphical user interface will not be provided to you. If it is not providing the graphical user interface, then can we create any record? No, we cannot
No.
able to create any record. At that time, what are the ways are there to create the records in that object? We have to go with the Apex programming. So now we don't know how to write the Apex programming. We are new to the Apex programming. Then how can we insert the record? So for that here, as a developer, I can able to learn the Apex programming, I can able to insert. But when coming to the application, this application we are implementing for our customer. The customer will know how to do the business, how to improve the business, how to generate the revenue, but you don't know the technical side. You don't know how to write the code. You don't know how to insert the record through the Apex programming. So for that here, the customer is expecting a effective user-friendly interface by which they can able to manage the records in that associated object. For that here, we have to create the tab by which we can able to provide some home page. By through that home page, they can able to create the new record or they can able to modify the existing records also. So now while creating that object, suppose for example, if you forgot about selecting that last option, then tab will not be created. Object will be created, but the tab will not be created for you. Then at that time, how can we create our own custom tab? Now we will see. Okay. Now today we are going to discuss about one more object. I am going to be creating one more object so that you can understand clearly. And then now in this today's session, we are going to be creating the new object. Okay. So for that here, I want to create a new object. So now when coming to my new object, I would like to create a new object with the name customer. Now I am going to be creating a new object with the name customer. For this customer object, I want to provide the customer name, various fields, and then I want to provide the location of the customer, which should be a picklist field. I want to populate the various names of those locations, and the customer name should be a text type where I can able to enter some customer name here, and then I want to capture the email ID of the customer, which is I'm going to be creating a field type with the email field type and the contact number of the customer. The contact number should be a phone number. So that one, I want to create a field type called as phone type. And I want to store the information about the customer like his mailing address. Okay, his mailing address, which should be a text area. And then I want to add his country. Okay, I want to add his country, which is a pick list. I want to add some state, okay, from which state he is associated. So that here I am going to be using one more pick list here. So now these are the fields that I want to provide for my customer object. So this is one of the object I am going to create right now. So now when coming to the customer object, now I want to create the object, but I don't want to select the last option. If I'm not selecting the last option, then tab will not be provided for me. So now if the tab is not available, then how can we create our own tab for our object? Now we will see. Okay. Now I'm going to the Salesforce application. I want to create a new object. Now tell me what are the navigation steps that we need to follow.
Setup.
Go to the setup. Yesterday we have discussed about this navigation also. And then go to the build menu. In the left panel you will be having the build menu is available here. Under that we have create, nothing but we are going to be creating a new custom object, so that go for the create. If it is an existing one, if you want to do some modifications in that, then you can go for the customize. By using customize, we can able to modify the existing objects. If you want to create the new objects, if you want to create some new tabs, if you want to create some new custom applications, then we can able to go for the create option. Creating new. So at that time we can go for the create option. If you want to customize, nothing but already objects are there, already applications are there. In those objects, if you want to do any additional features, if you want to customize those features, then we can go for the customize option. So now here we have create option is available. Under that we have the various options are there, like apps, custom labels, and interaction log layouts. And then we have an option called as objects. Our requirement is we are going to be adding a new object, so that I am using the create and objects. Click on objects. So now it is providing the existing objects to you. Okay, it is providing the existing objects to you. So what are the ready-made objects are available, it will provide these objects information. So now this is the position object is there. Now when coming to the position object, what are the various fields are there I want to see. Okay, I want to see what are the various fields are available in that position object. Nothing but I want to see the structure. I want to see the structure of that object. What are the fields are there, and for each and every field, what is the name and what is the data type of that particular field. Nothing but what type of field it is. So now to view that information, here we have an option called as schema builder. So now when you observe this one, here we have a button called as schema builder is there. Okay, have you notified this button?
Yes.
So now here we have schema builder is there. Now come to the schema builder option here. Click on that schema builder. Now it is going to be listing out the schema of that particular object. Okay, it is listing out the schema of that particular object. So now here when coming to the schema builder, this is the look and feel, like which is going to be displaying the information in terms of the entity relationships diagrams, like ER diagrams when coming to the databases. So now here this is one object. Okay, whenever if you want to modify this object, then you can able to modify. Okay, now when coming to the schema builder is going to be describing the schema of those objects which you have created. It may be standard object, it may be custom object also. Whatever the object are there, if you want to see the schema or structure of the object, then we can go with the schema builder. So now here you will be having the left panel is available, which is a dockable. Okay, which is a dockable. So now when coming to the left panel, here we have a small icon is available, which is going to be giving this is like as a dockable option. So now when coming to this dockable option here, so now if you want to collapse, then you can simply click on that. It is going to be collapsed. Here again we have an option is available to expand. Click on expand. Okay. So now here this is a dockable left side menu is available, which is a dockable option where we can able to expand and collapse. So now here I want to see the structure of my object position. So now in the left panel you will be having all the object names has been populated here. So now in the left panel here, these are the object names has been populated here. So now I want to see the structure of only the selected objects, nothing but only some specific objects. So at that time, I don't want to select all these objects here. So now here each and every object will be having with the name a checkbox. So nothing but these are the objects has been selected here. Nothing but whenever if you want to view the structure of an object, then select that object checkbox. Automatically that object's structure will be displayed in the canvas. So now here we have this canvas is available. This is called as canvas. On this canvas it is going to be displaying your object's schema. So now here I want to clear all these checkboxes, so that here we have select all option is there and the clear all option is there. Now I want to clear all. Click on clear all. Now all these objects checkboxes has been cleared out, so that here no structure has been displayed. Now I want to display my object structure like a position yesterday which we have created. So now select this position here. Automatically it is going to be describing the information about your position object what we have created. So now when coming to the position object here, this is the position object structure that we have. So now here we have this object structure is available. What are the fields are available? It is going to be describing this information like close date, created by, last modified by, location, maximum pay, minimum pay, number of positions, open date, owner, passport required, position description, position ID, position name. All these fields information has been populated here. So now these are the fields information is available. Okay, these are the fields information is available for this one. Now when coming to the position object here, if you want to do any modification here, now here you will be having the settings option is available. Now click on that settings option. It is providing so many options to you like hide object on canvas, edit object properties, delete object, view object, view page layouts. So now if you want to go for this particular object properties, okay, then we can go for the object properties itself. So now like I want to view the object. Now click on view object. Automatically it is opening our position object details also. It is redirecting you to the position object details. So now when coming to the schema builder, by using that schema builder, we can able to view the object's structure itself. What are the objects that we have created, and we can able to view the object structure. Not only one object, we can able to view the structure of multiple objects. Along with that, what are the various fields available in each and every object, and then what are the relations among those objects also we can able to view. Okay. So now here I am going to be creating my own custom object, so that I am using my standard navigation and go to the setup, and then in the left panel I will be having the option called as build. Under that we have create, and then go to the objects. So now here this is a position object available right now. After that I want to create my own custom object with the name customer, so that I am using the button called as new custom object button. Click on new custom object button, and then the screen already we are aware of. Yesterday we have discussed about how to create our own objects also we have discussed. Now enter the label, nothing but this is a singular name of that object by which it is going to be creating the object for us. And then we have the second field as plural label, where we have to enter the plural label of that particular object, like as which will be assigning for the tab. Okay, tab name should be always a plural and the object name should be a singular. So that here plural label what we have mentioned here, this will be taken for the object, the object tab, and the singular label which you have entered that will be considered for the object name. So now here I'm entering the object name as customer. And when coming to the plural label, I'm giving the name as customers. Okay, customer and the customers. So now come to these options here. When coming to the optional features, we have the 4 optional features are there, which we have discussed yesterday, like allow reports, allow activities, track field history, allow in charter groups. And then come to the last options, in development and deployed. All these options we have discussed in last session. In development, in the sense, whenever you are creating this object, still it requires some more additions to be get added to this object. Till that time, if you want to prevent this object to be utilized from the various users, then we can make it as the status as in development. In development is nothing but this is not ready right now, this is still, it is in construction stage, this is still in implementation stage, so that this is not available to the other people for usage. So now, if you want to make it utilizable, if you want to make it available to all the users, then we can make it as deployed. Deployed is going to be instructing that this object is created and it is already deployed. It is already installed. Nothing but this is available for use, so that the other users in your Salesforce organization can able to access this object, and they can able to create and they can able to manage the data in this object. So for that here, we have to specify either in development or deployed. And the main important
Sir,
features, yeah,
sir, for example, if I selected in development,
okay.
so later adding these changes through schema builder, can I deploy it or how it is?
No need to do this through schema builder. You need to deploy. Just you can come to this object structure, okay, the object which you have created. Come to that object structure,
Okay.
and then you can able to change that options as deployed, and then you can save.
Okay.
By customize also we can. By customize also, sir.
Yeah, by customize also we can able to update this. Like instead of in development, we can make it as deployed. Okay. Now,
Okay.
so now the main important feature which we are going to be discussing now is, so now here we are going to be discussing about this option. Launch a new custom tab wizard after saving this custom object. So nothing but here, if you select this checkbox, then Salesforce will provide a tab to this object. Okay, whatever the name that you have provided, whatever the plural name that you have provided, with that name a tab will be get added on the tab bar in our Salesforce application, which will be providing a graphical user interface by which we can able to create the new customer records, we can able to modify the customer records, we can able to delete the existing customer records also. So now here I'm not selecting this checkbox right now. So now if you did not select this checkbox, then tab will not be provided to you. If the tab is not available, then we cannot able to insert the record directly by using this graphical user interface. Then how can we create the tabs for our objects? Okay, now we will see practically. Okay, now I'm not selecting this. Yeah.
What is the use of this type of object, sir?
So now this will be available like in future. Suppose for example, you are developing your own custom application. Okay, you are developing your own custom application. So now at that time, when coming to the Salesforce, whenever you are creating an object, Salesforce is providing some standard page layout, nothing but ready-made layout it is providing to you, by which we can able to create our own records and we can able to manage those records. Instead of using the standard page layouts, I want to create my own pages. Okay, I want to create my own pages, like by using Visual Force programming. I want to design my own pages where it will be having my own company logo, it will be having some background color, it will be having some foreground color, it will be having some effective images, it will be having my own company styles, everything is there which will be looking like attractive. So that here, instead of using the standard page layouts, I want to create my own Visual Force pages based on my organization structure. I want to design those pages by which I want to insert, I want to update, I want to delete those records. Nothing but instead of using the standard tabs, I want to create my own user interfaces by using Visual Force programming. So at that time, we can able to use those Visual Force programming pages in order to save, in order to modify, in order to delete, in order to view those records available in that object. Okay.
Okay.
Now, so now here I'm not selecting this checkbox right now. If you're selecting this checkbox, then what happened? Tab will be get provided to you. If we did not select this checkbox, tab will not be provided. If the tab is not provided, then how can we create the tab manually? We will see. Okay. Now here I'm not selecting this checkbox here. These two checkboxes are unchecked checkbox. Nothing but these are not selected here. Now I'm saving this. Okay. So now here my object has been created with the name customer. Do we have any object tab available here? When you observe this here, do you have any tab is available?
No.
Like as positions?
No.
No. Nothing but object has been created, but the tab is not available. Okay. Object has been created, but the tab is not available. Then how can we create the tab for our object? Now we will see. So now when coming to the tab, what is the use of the tab? Tab is providing a graphical user interface by which we can able to manage the records in that object. So now we have created the customer object. Okay, we have created the customer object. So now in that customer object, we can able to store some customers records. We can store some customers. We can modify the customers records. We can able to delete the customer records. We can able to see the required customer records. So now to manage this information, I want some graphical user interface features which will be very easy for me to understand, which is very easy for me to manage these records, because I'm not from the technical, I'm from the business point of view. So for that here, I want the graphical user interface. So now here, the graphical user interface is not available right now because the tab is not yet created, because I haven't selected the checkbox while creating the object, like launch a new custom tab wizard for my custom object. So now I know that if I did not select the checkbox, then tab will not be created. But I want to create the tab manually, okay, by using the other options. Now while creating your object, sometimes if you forgot to select that checkbox, at that time how can we create the tabs? Now we will see. Okay, so now here we are going to be creating the tabs here. Now I want to create the tab. Then how to create our custom tab for our custom object? Now we will see. So now here when coming to the tab provides graphical user interface by which we can able to manage records in the object. Okay, we can able to manage the records in the object. Next, using the tab, we can able to perform the DML operations. We can able to perform the DML operations in the records. Okay, DML operations in the record. That is nothing but we can able to insert, we can able to update, we can able to delete the records. So now here by using this custom tab, okay, by using the tab, we can able to perform the DML operations on the records. Whatever the record that you have created, if the customer has modified his email ID, if the customer has changed his email ID, if the customer has modified his mobile number, So recently he has changed his mobile number. Recently he has shifted to some other place. Nothing but mailing address also has been changed. So now during these kind of scenarios, if you want to modify those record values which you want to update with the latest values, then we can able to use these custom tabs in order to perform these DML operations. So now when coming to the tabs, Salesforce provides three types of tabs. Salesforce provides three types of tabs. The first one is custom tabs. The second one is web tabs. And the third one is Visual Force tabs. Okay. So now these are the three tabs provided by the Salesforce to you. So now when coming to the custom tabs. Now custom tabs will be utilized to assign to the custom objects. These are used to assign to the custom objects. Okay. Now by using custom tabs option, we can able to assign the tabs to the custom objects which we have created. Next, the second option, web tabs. These tabs are used to assign to the force.com sites. Okay, force.com sites, nothing but some web applications. To redirect to the web applications. Next, Visual Force tabs. These tabs are used to assign to the Visual Force pages. Okay, these tabs are used to assign to the Visual Force pages. So now as of now here we are creating the tabs. So now when you click on that associated positions tab, it is going to be opening the associated objects home page. Like suppose for example. So now when you come to the accounts tab, when you click on this accounts tab, then it is opening the associated account page, account object home page. When you click on contacts tab, it is loading the contact objects home page. When you click on this positions tab, it is opening the contact objects home page where it is providing the various options to you to perform the manipulations on those records. So now here, whenever if you want to assign any tabs to your custom objects, because whatever the standard objects available in Salesforce, each and every object is having its own tab ready-madely is available. Salesforce has provided all the tabs for each and every standard objects which they have provided. For our custom object, we have to decide whether do you want to go with the standard layout or the tab provided by the Salesforce, or do you want to design your own layout? So which will be designed with the help of Visual Force pages. So now for that here, whenever if you want to create your own custom object, for that object if you want to assign any tab, then we can go for the custom tabs. Custom tabs are used to assign to your custom object which you have created. The second option, we have web tabs. Already we have our organization website application is there, one web application is there. When I click on this particular tab, okay, when I click on any of the tab, if you want to redirect to that particular application, nothing but if you want to open that application, then we have to use web tabs. By using web tabs, we can able to redirect to the associated web application. And the third one is Visual Force page tabs. Visual Force tabs are used to open or redirect to the Visual Force pages when you click on a associated tab. When you click on this tab, then associated web page, nothing but one Visual Force page has to be get open. Instead of opening the standard home page of that object, I want to open a separate Visual Force page which I have designed based on my requirement. So at that time, we can go for that Visual Force tabs. These are the three types of tabs are available in our Salesforce. And recently they have added one more option that is called as lightning based tabs also, which will be for the mobile applications of Salesforce. Okay, so now here as of now we have created our object, but we haven't created any tab for our object. Then how can we create the tab for our object? Now we will see. So now I want to create the tab. So now to create the tab we have to use this navigation path. Go to this navigation path to create the tab. Go to setup. And go to the build menu. And then go to create. And click on tabs. Okay, click on tabs. Now it will list out, when you click on tabs option, it will list out all the tabs which you have created. Now you have to go to custom object tab section. And click on new, because I want to create a new custom tab. And the third one is select the object. Select the object from the pick list. The pick list name is object. Okay, now we have to select the object name. Okay, select the object name. Now when coming to this pick list, what it provides, so now this pick list provides the object names which are not having the tabs. Okay, it provides the object names which are already created but which are not having the tabs. Then select the object and then select the style. Select the tab style. And then click on next. And the next option. Make the tab to be visible for all the profiles. And then click on next option. Click on next button. And then click on save. Then it will create a tab for you. Now it will create a new custom tab for our customer object. So now here, this is the navigation steps that we have to perform in order to create a new tab for our custom object. So now we will see this navigation path practically. Go to our application. Go to the setup. Go to the build menu, which is in the left panel. This is the build menu there. Click on create. Click on tabs. Here we have the tabs option is available. Click on tabs. Okay, click on tabs. So now here we have the various tabs options are available. So now here we have custom object tabs, we have web tabs, we have visual force tabs, we have lightning page tabs. These are the 4 types of tabs are available here. Lightning page tabs are the recent features available in our Salesforce. So now here custom object tabs, where we are going to be creating our own custom object tabs. So now for our custom object, I want to assign a tab by which we can able to perform the DML manipulations. So that click on new in the custom objects tab section. So now for that here, when you click on that, it is going to be opening that a new custom object tab section. It is providing a 2 fields available. One is object, where it is a pick list is available, from where we have to select the object for which you are going to be creating the tab. The second field is tab style, which style that you are going to apply for your custom tab. Now select these options. So now here when coming to the object, when you click on this pick list, it is providing only the object called as customer object. It is not listing out all the objects available in Salesforce. Because here, when you select this object, it is providing only the objects which are already created but which are not having any tabs. Then only it is going to be listing out those objects here. It won't list out all the other objects which are having the tabs. So now it will list out the object which are not having the tabs, because an object can have only one tab, not multiple tabs. Okay. So now here I want to create the tab for my object customer. Select the object as customer. So now here you will be having the lookup option is available. Click on that lookup. It will open various styles for you. From this one, select whatever the style that you want. So now when coming to the style, I want to select a style like this is a customer. So now for that customer here, I want to select a style that is called as a people. Okay. So now here you will be having the people option is available. Like here we have this people option. Now this is the people option is available. People is nothing but some person. When coming to my object is customer. Customer is nothing but a person. So that here I'm going to be selecting this style. So now here select this particular style. Just click on that. Click on people. This is the style that we have selected here. Go to the next. And then make this tab will be visible by default here. Like I want to make it as a visible by default for all these profiles. And then go to the next. And this tab has to be included for all these profiles, for all these applications, and simply click on save. Now when you save this one, tab has been created. Now when you observe that here, we have our customers tab is available. Okay, we have our customers tab is available. For our customer object, it has allocated the tab called as customers tab. Okay, now come to that customers tab. Click on customers tab. Now it has provided the home page for our customers tab. So now whatever the object that we have created with the name customer, so for that object it has provided a graphical user interface where we can able to create some records, we can able to manage the records available in those objects also. If you want to create the record, then click on new button, then it will open a new screen for your new customer. This is a new record for our customer object. So this is a new customer which is in edit layout. So now for that here it is providing the ready-made options to you so that we can able to create the tab directly at the time of creating the object itself by selecting the last option called as launch new custom tab wizard for our custom object. If you forgot to select the checkbox, then this is the navigation that we can able to create our own custom tab and we can assign that tab to our custom object with the name customer. Okay. Any questions?
Actually, if yes, in customize option also there will be the customers also customers. If we not selected that checkbox means
Customize the options in the sense.
I have told that build in customize option is there.
Okay, customize option is there. Okay.
Uh, if we forget the tab checkbox option,
Okay.
is there available in customize tab?
No,
Customize button?
customize option will be providing for only the standard objects provided by the Salesforce. If there is any custom objects are there, then you have to go to that create, go to that objects, then it will list out all the custom objects which you have. Okay, in the customize options, it won't display your custom objects. Only standard objects will be get displayed, so that we can able to customize the standard functionality. When coming to the custom objects, it will be displayed here. When you click on create and objects, it will list out all these objects to you. What are the custom objects are there? If you want to see the structure of any of the object, then click on that object link, like the object name, then automatically that associated object structure will be get opened for you, so that you can able to modify that.
Okay, in create only, is, there is an edit option, right?
We have the create.
Edit. If we edit and check the box, means it will come.
No, we have create option is available. We don't have any edit option is available. Okay, when you go to this particular objects, here we have object is there. Okay, now you will be having the edit. When you click on edit also, then it will be going to the same. Okay, so now object creation, it will edit. Observe this one. Click on edit for the customer. So now whenever you have created that, whatever the object that you have created, so now when you open that, when you come to that, the last option will not be available to you. Object is already created. It is in deployed. Okay. So when you observe these options here, now you will be having the option up to deployment status only, but you don't have the options to select that option called as create and launch a new custom tab wizard for my custom object. That option is not available because the object is already deployed. So that one here, you cannot able to change that option now. If it is in development stage, then we can able to modify, but this is already deployed. So at that time, we cannot able to add that. So for that here, if you forgot to set the checkbox, if it is in deployment, deployed status, then we have to create our own custom object, so a custom tab, and then we have to assign to that. Okay.
Even in future also, if you want to change or customize anything, so we have to come to this create option only.
Yes.
As custom stuff will be in the create option only.
Yes,
it will not be in custom.
Custom objects. All custom objects will be available in the create objects option.
Okay, it will not be available even in customize.
Yes, customize it won't available. All the standards will be available in the customize.
Okay.
Okay. Now.
Okay.
So now here, when coming to my customer object, now I want to add these fields. Like here, I want to add these custom fields here. Like I want to add my customer object to fields like customer name, location, email ID, and the contact number, mailing address, country, and the state. And along with that, I want to add some more, like his PAN number. PAN number field I want to add, which should be as a text. And then I want to add his passport number also,
Text.
which should be a text type. So now these are the fields I want to add to my customer object. Now we will see how to add these fields. So now here I want to add these fields. Okay. So now here we have the two ways are there to add the fields. First one is you can go to the standard navigation. Second one is we can go with the force.com quick access menu. Now this is the force.com quick access menu is available. So now when you come to this left to the right side, you will be having a small dockable menu is available here. Have you observed this red color circle? Now here we have a small option is available, which is a dockable option. Now click on that. It will open a dockable menu to you. which is providing like as the force.com quick access menu. This is the force.com quick access menu is available. Now, when you observe this one, when you place the mouse pointer on the view fields, it is providing the view fields option. What are the fields are there? Just you can able to view. And then when you click on this plus new symbol, then it is going to be redirecting you to the selecting the tab like the object field type directly. Okay, you can go with any of the option here. This is the quick access menu options. Now view fields. So now here these are the custom field section here for my object customer object. This is the customer object. So now here for my customer object, I have 4 standard fields are available by default like name, owner, created by, last modified by. Now I want to add some more fields also here based on my requirement. Go to the custom fields in the relationship section and click on new, because I am going to be adding the new custom field. So what is the field that I am going to add? The first here I want to add the field with the name email, nothing but the customer name email, customer email. So for that I want to select the type as email type. I have selected email type here. So now all these field types we have discussed in our previous session. Go to the next. Enter the field label and the field name. Like this is email ID, and the field name automatically it will prepare here. I want to make this email ID as a mandatory field, because here if you want to contact the customer, then we have to use either phone number or an email ID. So that here the phone number field which I am going to create and the email ID field which I am creating right now, both I want to make it as mandatory, because always every customer has to provide the phone number and the email ID mandatorily. So now here I want to make it here as a mandatory field. So for that we have the option is available. Like we have a checkbox is there, required checkbox. So now by using this required checkbox, we can able to make this field as required. Nothing but making the field is required in the sense making that field value has to be mandatory. Nothing but we can make that field as mandatory in order to save the record. Nothing but compulsory the user has to enter the value for that field in order to save that record. Without entering the value in that field, the user cannot able to save. So for that here I want to make that field as mandatory, so that here I am selecting this required option. Nothing but while creating the field we have an option called as required, so by which we can able to make a field required, nothing but which is going to be marking with the red color symbol like this. Like we have the field label is there, and then here it is having the red color mark is there, red color bar is there. This is also like as a mandatory field. So now if I'm selecting this checkbox as required, then it is going to be marking my email ID field also with the red color symbol, so that the user has to enter the email ID mandatorily. Okay, now go to the next. Go to the next and save and new. I want to create one more. So now here I want to create one more field which is a phone number, because here I want to capture the phone number of the customer, so that use the phone number field. Go to the next. Now this is I'm giving the name as contact number, and this is the contact number field. I'm selecting the required checkbox because I want to make it as a mandatory field. Go to the next. Go to the next. Save and new. Okay, I want to create one more field. So now I want to create the field location. Okay, I want to create the field location, or we can create some more field also like mailing address. For the mailing address I'm selecting as text area. Go to the next. I'm entering the data as mailing address. So now the mailing address he may enter, he may not enter, but I want phone number and the email ID that should be mandatory. So now mailing address is not a mandatory field, so that I'm not selecting this required checkbox. Go to the next. Make it visible to all the profiles. Go to the next. Save in new. I want to create one more field. So what is that field? I want to create a field called as location. Okay. I want to create a field called as location, which is a picklist type. Go to the next. Now this is the location field where we have to enter the location values like Hyderabad, Bangalore, Chennai, Mumbai, Pune, Delhi, Noida, Kochi. So now these are the values that I have entered when coming to this pick list. From these values, the customer has to select any of the location to which he is associated. So now, whatever the location names that I have specified, whatever the city names that I have entered, these names has to be sorted in the alphabetical order. So that here, if these names are sorted in the alphabetical order, then it will be very easy for him to select that particular location name. So that here I am using the option called as sort values alphabetically. Okay, sort values alphabetically. This checkbox is available, which I have selected right now. So whatever the values available in that will be sorted in the alphabetical order based on the character. And then I want to make it visible to all the profiles. Select the visible option. Go to the next. And then save and new. I want to create one more. So what is that field type now I want to create? I want to create a field type called as PAN number. PAN number is nothing but which will be having the alphanumerical value, where it will be having maximum of 10 characters. 10 alphanumerical characters will be there. So that here text data type is enough for me, because text data type we can enter one data in only one line, which we can enter up to maximum of 255 characters. But our limitation is, our requirement is up to 10 characters only. So now the user cannot able to enter more than 10 characters. So that here I want to use this text data type. Go to the next. Enter that field label. This is PAN number. The length is, when coming to the PAN number should be having 10 alphanumerical characters. That is a fixed length. So now when coming to the PAN number, every person's PAN number will be having only 10 alphanumerical characters. It should not have different sizes. When coming to the PAN number, I want to make this PAN number as unique. So that here, I want to make it as a required. So that I'm selecting the required checkboxes here. Go to the next. Next. And save in new. When coming to my customer, I'm expecting the passport also. So now passport, I don't want to make it mandatory, but I want to enter the passport also here. If the customer has any passport, then he can able to enter the passport number, or else it doesn't require it. I'm entering passport number. When coming to the passport number also, I am giving the maximum as 10 alphanumerical characters. Go to the next. Make it visible to all the profiles. Go to next. Save. I have created as of now so many fields in my customer object. Now these are the standard fields that we have. We have created these many number of custom fields as of now. These are the custom fields that we have added right now here. We have added customer contact number, email ID, location, mailing address, PAN number, passport number. Okay, now these are the fields that we have added right now. So now here, when you go to that your screen, go to your customers. When you click on new, it is opening a new screen where it is providing all these fields to you. Nothing but here we haven't designed any user interface. But even though here you have created the field, automatically user interface has been designed for you. Okay, user interface has been designed for you. So now this is having the user interface like customer name, email ID, contact number, mailing address, location. When coming to the location, all the fields has been populated here. PAN number. PAN number is a mandatory. You have to enter maximum of 10 alphanumerical characters. Okay. Now I want to add two more fields also. One is country, second one is states. Okay, one is country, second one is states. So now here I'm adding those two fields also. Go to your quick access menu, click on plus new symbol. It is going to be redirecting you to the fields. Select the field type. Because I want to add the country and the state. Country in the sense so many country names has to be get populated, so that I want to use it as a pick list. So that I'm selecting the type as pick list. Click on next. Enter the field label, that is country. Enter the country names which you are going to display. India, USA, UK, Middle East, Japan, Australia. So now here these are the country names that I want to populate, where these country names has to be sorted in the alphabetical order, so that I'm selecting sort values alphabetically. Now go to the next. Make it visible to all the profiles. Go to next and save and new. Because here I want to add one more last field, that is states field. Now states in the sense whatever the state that you are associated, so that we have to select the state. Every country will be having so many states will be there, so that I want to add more values. For that I want to use the pick list, because one person can able to associate with only one state at a time. So that here I am using the pick list type. So now enter the field label here. State name. I am adding the field values like Andhra Pradesh, and then Telangana, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra. These are the 5 states that I have added under the country India. Okay. So now I want to add some more states also. So now for the US, okay, USA also one of the country that we have populated here. For that USA, I am going to be adding some states. Like I am adding some New Jersey and Chicago, and then I'm adding Massachusetts. These are the 3 names that I'm going to populate under that USA. For the UK, I'm going to be adding some London and then Burlington. These are the 2 names I want to display for the country UK. And for the Middle East, I want to specify Saudi Arabia. I want to add Qatar. I want to add Oman. I want to add some Dubai, like that. And when coming to the Japan, I want to add some Japan 1, Japan 2. Okay. So now here for the Australia, I'm adding some Sydney and Melbourne. So now these are the states that I'm going to be populating here. Now I'm selecting these values to be get sorted in alphabetical order, and then go to the next. Make it visible to all the profiles. Go to the next and then save. Now come to your customer object, refresh this screen. You will be getting all these fields are available right now. Now this is the user interface has been designed by the Salesforce for you. Okay, so now we have customer name, we have email ID, we have contact number, mailing address, location, PAN number, passport number, country, and the state name. So now when coming to the country, all these country names has been populated here, like Australia, India, Japan, Middle East, UK, and the USA. When you go to the state names, whatever the state names that you have added, all these state names has been populated here in this particular state pick list. Okay, clear?
Yes.
Any questions as of now creating the object and the fields? Any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, so now here we have this user interface is ready. Now I am going to be creating a record. Now customer name is, I want to add some Ramesh Kumar. Email ID as some ramesh@gmail.com. Contact number, I'm entering the contact number. 10-digit contact number I have entered. And then mailing address. Now his address is some SR Nagar. And then I'm entering the value Hyderabad. And then this is Telangana, India. So now this is the value that we have entered for the mailing address. Now location is from Hyderabad, so that I have selected the location as Hyderabad. PAN number. PAN number I am going to be entering some 10 alphanumerical values. So that here I am entering So now here I have entered 10. Okay. Now totally 10 alphanumerical values are there. Now if you try to enter some more, like I'm pressing W, it will not accept nothing but when coming to the text data type, even though it is having the maximum length as 255, but we have specified the length is 10. So now when you type some characters, it will be printing up to 10 only. When you press another character also, it won't move forward, because here it will be limiting to the size which you have specified while creating that field itself. Next, passport number. So now here I am entering the same value here, like I'm giving some value here. Now 10 alphanumerical characters. Now here I am going to be selecting the country as India. I'm selecting the state as some Telangana. Okay, I'm saving this record. Once you click on save, your record has been saved. Now this is the detailed page of your record is available, customer detail. So now where we have the edit layout as well as detailed layout is available for your object customer. So now I want to see the customer's information. When you click on this customers tab, it will be providing the customer name as Ramesh Kumar right now. But I want to display some more field values also. Like here, when coming to this one, it is providing only customer name. I want to display some more field values also, so that I can able to understand clearly. If we have 2 or 3 persons are there with the name Ramesh Kumar, then how can you understand which record is belongs to which customer? So that here I know one Ramesh Kumar, but he is from the Bangalore, or he is from the Mumbai, or he is from the Hyderabad somewhere. Nothing but based on some another field also, I can able to identify that particular person. If it is showing the names, then it will be very difficult for me to understand. Okay, so now whether he is the right person which I have selected or not. So for that, here I want to display some more column values also in this particular table. So now here I am going to the customizing the columns. Go to the quick access menu, click on edit columns, select the columns which you want. Now we have the customer name is there. I want to add the location. I want to add his email ID. I want to add his contact number. And then I want to add some more value like is PAN number. Okay, PAN number and the country. So now here, whatever the order you want, you can specify these fields and then save. Now here these fields are available. Nothing but here the customer record is available, like customer Ramesh Kumar, Hyderabad. Email ID is this one. Contact number is this is the value. PAN number is this is the value. Country is this is the value. Okay, PAN number is this is the value and the country is India. So now let's assume that I am opening this record. Like click on simply Ramesh Kumar, which is providing like as a hyperlink to you. Click on that. Edit this one. So now here I have selected the country as India and the state as Telangana. So now I'm selecting the country as India and the state as some Saudi Arabia. So now assume that here. So now these are the values that I have selected. Now country is India, state name is Saudi Arabia. So now here do we have Saudi Arabia state is available in our India?
No.
No. Saudi Arabia is not from the India, this is from a different country. So now if I click on this save, whether my record will save or not.
Yes.
Yes. So nothing but here when coming to the state pick list, just so many values are there. So we have to enter, we have to select any of the field value. Okay. So now here it won't bother about whatever the value that you have selected, whether this state name is associated with that country or not, it won't bother about that. Simply it is going to be verifying whether you have selected a value or not. That's it. Okay, it won't bother about what value you have selected, whether this state is available in the associated country or not. It won't cross check all these things. Simply it is going to be saving that record value blindly. So now when I click on this save, now it is going to be saving my record. Click on save. Your record has been saved, where it is going to be providing the information that country is India and the state name is Saudi Arabia, but which is a wrong information. Okay, which is a wrong information. Then how can we customize this one? So now here when you go to the edit, okay, when coming to the state names, it is providing all the state names like Andhra Pradesh, Burlington, Chicago, Dubai, Japan 1, Japan 2, Karnataka, London, Maharashtra, Massachusetts, Melbourne, New Jersey, all these state names it has populated. So now because of that here, the user has selected any of the state. So now suppose for example, if it is populating, if the state field is populating only the states which are available in the currently selected country, then we can avoid this kind of wrong information. We can avoid this kind of invalid information from our applications. So that here what I want to do is, whenever I have selected the country as India, then it has to provide only the associated states. The state peak list field should have only the associated state values. It should not display all the state names. It has to display only the associated states field. Then how can we customize this one? Here now we will see. Okay. Now, so now here we are going to be discussing about the feature called as field dependency. Now we are discussing about the concept called as field dependency. What do you mean by field dependency?
One field is dependent on another field.
One field is dependent. Dependency is nothing but dependent on. Where here we have the field, nothing but I want to make one field is dependent on another field. Okay. So now here if you want to make one field is dependent on another field, then we can go for the field dependency feature. Okay. So now by using this, we can make one field to be dependent on another field. Okay, by using this field dependency, we can make one field to be dependent on another field. Now, this field dependency is applicable for picklist fields. Okay, this is applicable for picklist fields only. Okay, not for the other fields. Next, when coming to the field dependency, suppose for example, now assume that we have some country where we have India, USA, UK, and then Middle East. Like that, some country names are available. We have some states are there. Okay, state values where we have some Andhra Pradesh, and then we have Karnataka, and we have Telangana, we have Tamil Nadu. Like that, here so many states are there. So now here, when coming to the requirement, state field has to populate the associated states for the selected country. Now I want to populate only the associated states of that particular country. The second one. When we change the country value from the country pick list, then state pick list value has to be get changed. Has to be changed. Okay, when you change the country name, automatically the associated states has to be get changed. Okay, this is my requirement here. So now then, how can we make this field dependency? So nothing but here, what we are going to do, I want to make state field has to be dependent on country field. Okay, state field has to be dependent on country field. Then how can we make this field is dependent on another field? Now we will see. So now here, whenever if we want to make this field dependency, we have to use an option called as field dependencies. Okay, now we can go for the navigation. Go to the setup. Go to build menu. Go to create. Select the object. Click on the required objects. Click on the object name. So now here I want to use the customer. Okay. There. Now it is going to be opening all these fields information here. Like, go to your application bag. So now go to your application. Go to the setup. Go to the create objects. Click on customer. Now here we have the field dependency option where it is available under the custom fields and relationships section. Okay, here we have this option is available. Here we have the field dependencies button is available. Now make a note of this point. Go to custom fields and the relationships section and click on field dependencies button. Click on new and the fourth one is select the controlling field as country from the pick list. Select the dependent field. From the pick list and then click on next. Click on next button. So now here come to our application. Now we will implement one by one. So now here we have some fields are there where I want to make these fields as dependent on another. So for that here the state field has to be dependent on the country field where it has to populate the associated country state names only. So for that here I want to make this field as dependent on the country field. Whenever you are changing the country name, automatically the associated state values has to be get changed. Nothing but what happens, state field is dependent on country field. Nothing but country field is nothing but which is controlling. Okay, when you change the country, automatically state values has to be get changed. Okay, so for that here, country field is nothing but the controlling field and the state field is nothing but dependent field. Nothing but which is dependent on country value. So that here we have to make the country field as the controlling field and the state field as the dependent field because state is dependent on the country. So now here I want to add the field dependencies. So that click on field dependencies. Now there is no ready-made field dependencies are available right now. I want to add new. So that click on new button. So now here we have the two options are available to you. Like, so here we have these options. One is controlling field, second one is dependent field. So now when coming to the controlling field, so we have to select the controlling field, which one is a parent field, like as country. And then we have dependent field, where we have to select the dependent field on that. So now go to this pick list, select the country field as like the country here, controlling field as country, dependent field as our state field, nothing but the state name. Okay, controlling field as country and the dependent field as state. Now go to the continue. Okay, go to the continue. So now here it is providing all these informations to you. Okay, it is providing all these informations to you. Observe this one here. So now here we have a table is available. Everybody is able to access view this table.
Yes.
Okay. So now here we have the table is there. So now we have the country. Okay. This is the country is there. Now all the country names are available here. So now here in one row we have all the country names are available. And then here we have the state. These are the various states are available. Okay, these are the various states information is available here. Now we have the country names are available right now. Like we have the Australia, we have India, we have Japan, we have Middle East, we have UK, we have USA. So now here we have the various countries are available. Under the Australia country, what are the states that you want to display? I want to display the states like the Melbourne, and then I want to provide Sydney. These are the two I want to provide under the Australia. Under that India, we have to select the states as Andhra Pradesh, and then we have to select the Karnataka, Maharashtra, and then Tamil Nadu and Telangana. These are the values I want to display. Under this Japan, I want to provide two states. One is Japan 1, Japan 2. Under Middle East, I want to display the Dubai, and then I want to display Oman, Qatar, and the Saudi Arabia. Under the UK, I want to display the Burlington, and then I want to display London. Under USA, I want to provide Chicago, and then I want to provide Massachusetts, New Jersey, and these are the values I want to provide. So now here, when you select the country as Australia, only these two values has to be get displayed. Nothing but Melbourne and the Sydney value has to be displayed. When you select the country as India, it has to display Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Maharashtra, and then Tamil Nadu and the Telangana. These values has to be get displayed. Like that here, when you change that country name, automatically the associated states has to be get populated into the states field. So now how can we include these values? Now we will see. So now here, select the fields here. Go to each and every column. Now this is the column that we have right now, nothing but Australia column. So now select the values here which you are going to display. I want to display the values. What values I want to display? I want to display for that like one is this is Australia. So that here I want to display Melbourne, and then I want to display Sydney. So that here I want to select multiple, nothing but Melbourne and Sydney both I want to select. So that please hold the control key. By holding the control key, we can able to select multiple values. Okay. So now here Melbourne and Sydney, these are the two that I have selected right now here. So now here, after selecting that, click on include values button. So now here you have include values button is available. Nothing but I want to include these two values under the country Australia. So now click on that include countries, include the values button. So now here I want to include that. Click on include values. Now these two has been included, which is going to be displaying like as a bold format. Under India, I want to select Andhra Pradesh and then hold the control key and then select the Karnataka, and then we have Tamil Nadu, Telangana, and Maharashtra. These are the five. Click on include values. Go to the Japan. Japan 1 and Japan 2. These are the two values. Click on include values. Middle East. Go to the select the Dubai, and then we have select the Oman, Qatar, and Saudi Arabia. Click on include values. Go to the UK, select the Burlington, and then select the London. Click on include values. USA, Chicago, Massachusetts, and then New Jersey. Include values. So nothing but here for each and every country I have selected some values. So now under Australia I want to display this Melbourne and the Sydney. For India we have selected 5 values. For Japan 2 values. For Middle East 4 values. For UK 2 values. And the USA 3 values we have selected. Select the values by holding the control key and click on immediately include values so that it will include these values here. Once you are done with that, click on save. Okay, click on save. This is done. Okay, now come to your customers. Now verify the functionality, how it is working right now. Click on new. Now observe this functionality here. What happens now? Observe these two fields, country and the state name. How it look like?
Country is enabled and state is disabled.
State is disabled. Why state is disabled right now?
There is no option in country, that's why.
Yes, nothing but the country is not yet selected right now. Okay, the country is not yet selected right now. When you place the mouse pointer here, it is giving the information. Here, this is depends on country. Nothing but this field is depend on country. So that here, when you select the country, then only the associated states has to be get populated. So now come to this. Now here, select the country here. These are the country names are available. Select the country as India. Then now here, what about the state field? This is enabled. When you select the state field, what are the values are there? The associated values like Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, and the Telangana. Only these associated states has been populated into the states field. Previously, all the state fields has been populated. So that here the user has selected some wrong states also. But now here, there is no chance to select the wrong states because the application has some inbuilt functionality is there where depends upon the country that we have selected in one field, it is going to be displaying the associated states in the another field. So that here there is no chance to select the wrong values. Now I'm changing the country as Australia. When you change the country as Australia, then state name field also has been refreshed. So now here when you open this one, it is having the two values, Melbourne and Sydney. And then when you select the country as Japan, then it is providing the state value as Japan 1 and the Japan 2. When you select the country as Middle East, then it is populating the associated values, Dubai, Oman, Qatar, and the Saudi Arabia. When you select the country as some USA, it is populating the associated states like Chicago, Massachusetts, and the New Jersey. When you select the country as UK, it is providing Burlington and the London. So nothing but here, whenever you are changing the country name, the associated state names has been get populated here. So for that here, instead of writing any code, we are going to be controlling these fields itself. Okay, we are going to be controlling these fields itself. Clear? This is the feature of field dependency available in our Salesforce. Clear?
Okay, but we have entered only 6 countries.
Yes.
If you have more states and more countries, means it is the option only, or is there any another option to simplify this one?
So now in this kind of scenario here, whenever if you want to get populated, okay, if you want to get populated more values, then we can go for our programming. Through the programming, we can able to add a number of values wherever you want. Okay. Through programming, we can able to add a number of values over there. Clear?
Yes.
Any questions?
No.
Okay. Now on this field dependency, we have an interview point of view question. I will show you now practically here. Now observe this one. So now when coming to the country field, this is a standard field or custom field?
Custom field.
Custom field. State field is, this is also a custom field. Okay, both the fields are custom fields. Nothing but custom field can be a controlling field as well as dependent field, both, right?
Yes.
Got the point? Nothing but both are custom fields. Okay, custom field, one custom field we have made it as the controlling field, and the second custom field we have made it as a dependent field. Nothing but custom field is working on both controlling field as well as dependent field, both, right?
Yes.
Now come to the accounts object. Okay, take any of the object here. What are the standard objects that we have? When you open this account object, so many fields are available. Like a rating field, this is also a pick list. Ownership, this is also a pick list. Type, this is also a pick list. Industry, this is also a pick list. So many pick list fields are there. Along with that, I am adding one more field with the name country. Now observe what happens. View fields. I'm going to be adding a new field with my name, country. Click on custom fields and the section. Click on new field. Select the field type as a picklist type, where I want to add the country field as we have added just now. Like the same way I'm adding into the account object. Now check this functionality. So now the field label I'm giving as country. Now I'm adding the country names: India, USA, UK, Japan, Middle East, and then some Australia. These are the country names that I have selected. I'm selecting the values as sorting in alphabetical order. Go to the next. Make it visible. Go to next. Save. Go to your account object now because I have added the new field right now. Click on new. Now whatever the country field that you have added right now, that country field is available here. Okay, this is the country field which you have added right now. So now here we have our country field is available right now. Now I want to make this country field as a controlling field. What is the dependent field? I want to make any of this field because we have industries. This is a pick list. Type is also a pick list. Rating is also a pick list. So I want to make any of this field as a dependent field. Okay. Got my point? What I'm going to do is
Yes.
I want to make my custom field as controlling field, and then any of the standard field I want to make it as dependent field. Observe what happens here now. So now here go to this view fields to make the field dependency. Click on field dependencies button here under the account the custom fields and relationships section. There is no stock account field dependencies are available right now. I want to add a new field dependency. Click on new. So now controlling field. Click on this controlling field here. These are the field values it is populating right now. Okay. Under this controlling field, these are the field names it is populating right now. So now here check this functionality. Okay. When you select the controlling field, these are the values has been populated. Where we have standard field section is there. Under that we have account source, industry, ownership, rating, type. And we have custom field sections also. Under that we have active, country, customer priority, SLA, and spell opportunity. Now come to the dependent field. Okay. Now come to the dependent field. When you open this dependent field, what are the lists are there? Now observe this one.
Only custom.
Now observe the difference here. What is the difference that you have observed here?
Standard fields are not available in dependent field.
What you have observed here? When coming to the custom fields, observe this one. Now this is the controlling field. Okay, this is the controlling field section. So now this is the controlling field section. And this is the dependent field section. When coming to the controlling field, here we can use this country also. Country also is available. countries also can able to make it as a controlling field. When coming to the dependent field, we have country also. Nothing but custom field can be either a controlling field or dependent field. So now observe this one here. When coming to the standard fields, account source is available under the dependent field list?
No.
No. Industry is available? No.
No.
Ownership is available? No. Rating field is available? No. Type field is available? No. But we have custom fields are there. Nothing but what is the functionality that you have observed here in this field dependency?
Control field will be standard fields.
Only standard field or custom field also?
Custom field also.
Custom field also. Nothing but controlling field can be either a standard field or custom field. What about dependent field?
It is a controlling field and dependent field also.
No, dependent field. Dependent field should be either standard field or custom field.
Custom.
Custom field.
Custom field. Nothing but what you have observed here. Can we make that standard field as dependent field? Can we make standard field as dependent field?
No.
No, it is not possible, because here you will be having controlling field section. You will be having both two sections are there. One is standard fields, second one is custom fields. Nothing but either standard field or custom field, both can be worked for the controlling field. For the dependent field section, in this section we have only custom fields. Nothing but only custom fields should be dependent. Nothing but standard field cannot be a dependent field. Okay, got the point? Please remember this point in the interview point of view, because this is very, very important in the interview point of view here. Now we will add a point here. Make a note of this point. Controlling field can be either standard field or custom field. And the second point is dependent field should be a custom field. Okay, now here we can add a point, that is standard field cannot be a dependent field. Okay, standard field should be so when coming to the controlling field can be either a standard field or custom field. When coming to the dependent field should be a custom field. Nothing but standard field cannot be a dependent field. Okay, so now we have to remember these 2 points when coming to the interview point of view, which is very, very important. Okay, so this is the concept of field dependencies. Okay, how to make one field is dependent on another field. If it is a standard, then what happens? If it is a custom, then what happens here? Okay, so now in the next session we are going to be discussing about some more features, like we are going to be discussing about customizing the page layouts. Like when you click on this new for the customer, it is providing so many fields are there, but when coming to the look and feel, this is not looking like attractive for me, so that I want to do some makeup for this particular user interface so that it will look like attractive. So now here, whenever you are adding this field, all these fields are added in the same line, nothing but in one column only the fields has been added. when you go to the accounts, click on new. Here also the fields are there. The fields has been arranged in the two columns. Nothing but here this is one column. This is one column, and here we have another column is there. Nothing but in the two column the fields are available here. So now here how can we arrange these fields in the two columns? Now here we have multiple sections are there. Account information section. This is one section that we have. Address information section that we have. And along with that we have some more sections are also available. Like when you come down, here we have some more sections are also there. Additional information section. This is one section is available. And description information section, this is another section is available. Like that here multiple sections are available here. Then how can we add our own sections also in our custom standard page layout for our custom object? Like here, as of now we have created two objects. One is position object, second one is customer object. So now when coming to the position object also we have created some fields. When I click on new, it is having so many fields are available. Then how can we customize these fields information? How can we arrange these fields from one location to another location? How to add our own custom sections? How can we move the field from one location to another location? And all these things we will see in the next session. Okay? Okay. In the next session, we are going to be discussing about the page layout customization. It's nothing but how to customize the page layout provided by the Salesforce.